Hello there, my name is Adura Gbemoloyede, and in this lesson, I would like to teach us on how to calibrate your violin fingerboard. I naturally will not advise this for intermediate players. This is strictly for beginners who don't know where to place their fingers. Probably you are learning by yourself. This will be good for you to know where to place your finger at each time for a start. Before we get into our lesson, don't forget to like, share, comment, most importantly, subscribe. The first thing I would like us to notice is that your fingerboard does not have frets. Neither does it have any form of divisions. Though we have rare violins that have a form of frets like guitar, but that's not a common version of violin. But we know the common one that we handle, the professional ones, the antique ones, don't have frets and don't have divisions. So for us to help ourselves, and that's why we come up with this lesson, especially for beginners, to know where to place their fingers per time. So the first thing to note is that there's a precise point where your finger should be. That is your first, your second, your third, your fourth. These are the four fingers on your left that does the wonders that violin performs. Just these four fingers perform so much wonders on the violin that you get to hear different sonorous voices. But as a beginner, you don't know where to place your fingers. You need to know that there is a particular measurement for the placement of each finger. We use different methods. There are different methods. Some use tape, some use stickers, some use different things like artworks to create like calibrations on their violin. But today, I'll be using something very easy to come by, such as the paper tape that anyone can come by on the streets. So it's easy for you to access and use on your violin. Now you have to be precise with your measurement. Now this paper here, the length is 6 centimeters, while the breadth is 1 centimeter. And the first point of placing your first finger is a 3 centimeter. How do I do this? I'll get to use my ruler. You see, I'm using everything you can easily come by in your house to do this calibration. So what do? You measure 3 centimeters. Now you take it from the 0 point, not from the edge of the ruler, no, from the 0 point is where you pick the measurement from. And once you have the point 3 centimeters, you make a mark with a marker or a pencil. Then what do? You measure it on the other side too. You do the same measurement on the other side. The second point we would like to state is the 6 centimeters. That's for our second finger. And we'll go through the process again of placing the ruler, measure 6 centimeters, then measure the other side too. Then the last one I would like to mention is the third finger, which is the 7.5 mark. The next thing I'd like us to take note is that when you are placing this tape on the fingerboard, you place the tape such that the marks will be at the center of this tape. So when you are placing your fingers, you are expected to place at the center of the tape. So this mark ought to be at the center. So that's what I'm going to do right away. So you do this. Can you see me? This is how you get to put it inside. You let the sticky part be below. Then you put it in like this. You have to be careful. So you make the mark. You let the mark be at the center. Yeah, at the center. So you have the position of your first finger here. Can you see it? You do the same for the other fingers. Now we are done at placing the tapes on the points we have marked. And I forgot to mention the last part. This part is actually 10.5 for your fourth finger, but I will not advise you using fourth finger yet as a beginner. So it's just for future use. And so let's test it out and see how it sounds. And let's go. I'll be playing the G major scale with this between your A G string and your D string. I actually use your fourth finger, so you see that it's correct because the fourth finger will sound the same as your open string on your D. So I will play open string on D now. Can you see that it sounds very correct? Placing this calibration, you can, if you have been playing violin before and you notice that you are not sounding correctly, you could use this to tune your fingers to the right position. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Thank you.